A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Notorious Victoria Erastus necessitas.
Welcome one and all, this is Blaezer RTW, I hope you are well. You join me for a 3v3 31k. This is, I think momentous is the wrong word, but it's one that sticks in the mind just purely because up there we've got Spartan Commander, and obviously up to this point this would be like early February this year. And I would have been watching his videos, if you see what I mean. So this is my first time playing in a game that he's in, so an honour for me at this stage, and obviously still an honour when I do at the moment. But let's have a look at what we're doing here, and then we'll crack on. So we'll start with the enemy. On their right, we've got Titan Sparky, arguably top 3 31k player, if not. I mean, I don't know, I don't play with all of them all the time, you know what I mean, but yeah, definitely consistency wise I'd say one of, if not the best. So he's got Macedon, he's got 3 Cretan archers, 4 companion cav, rest of it's going to be royal pikes. I do like looking at the good pike players, builds and formations a little bit. So he looks like he's possibly got maybe 2, you know, he can easily pull them out, you know what I mean, if he wanted to take these and take them over here and help against, you know, he's probably can use some against Carthage and some against the chariots. So yeah, no, it will be interesting to watch how he plays. In the centre is Stinger. He's been in the last few. This must have been a flurry where he was on quite a lot, or at least in the games that I've been in anyway. So he's gone the Seleucids. He's got, what, 2 companion cav, a general's armoured bodyguard, 3 cataphracts, 4 archers, 2 legionaries, and then the rest silver shields. And he's set up in this sort of formation as well. He's a good player, so it'd be interesting to see how he does. That's again Carthage, Egypt. He won't mind whichever one he takes on, I don't think. And then, as I've already said, Spartan Commander with his normal build, which I think is quite... I never realised that he's only got 4 upgrades on his general. I mean, that might have just been this game, if you see what I mean, but if that's an in general thing, that could be an opportunity. Anyway, so on the right, this definitely looks like he's split into 2 armies. Is Craterus, he's a good player. Carthage, can't see any cav. Looks like he's gone all sacred bands, and yeah, he's got 2 builds and almost 2 builds within a side of his army there on the right, so that'll be good to see how he does. In the centre, I'm guessing the reason their armies are a little bit odd and, you know, all the way around is because Egypt are involved. He's got the 6 chariots, 6 Pharaoh's bowmen, a lot of Pharaoh's bowmen basically. So yeah, he's gone skirmish. There's no spearmen there, and I've gone Scipii, which is starting to take the formation that I use now. I'm starting to settle on something you've probably noticed, apart from we've still got those pesky velites in there, so or velites, or however you say them. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that does. Oh yeah, 6 Praetorian cav and the rest of the Mervans. Okay, so yeah, I'll put it on double while we form up, because we don't need to sort of get this one going. So I think I'm definitely the least experienced player in the game. I distinctly remember Ace having a go at me after this game, you know, like proper having a go at me, and I was just like, mate, you know, A, why don't you give me the heads up, and B, you know, I'll know for next time, sort of thing. Chill out. But yeah, he was a little bit off. He was a little bit off about it, but you know, I know how people get, so I'm not really too worried about that. Okay, so everything's being pulled in the centre. We know SR Stinger is very aggressive player, especially when he's on the flank and he can get right round the back of someone. He loves doing that with his archers. So we'll be interested to see what he does. It looks like it's not going to get a chance to form up as such. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Stinger's pushing everything forward. Is he going to go after the Pharaoh's bowman? Yeah, he's got his armoured bodyguard. I don't think he's going to make it because they'll be on skirmish chariots are coming in. What I've done is I've prevented him do where he just runs his pikes up and then puts all his cav through the spears before they're dropped, kills the archers, comes back through and then drops the spears as the chariots are chasing, as a sort of CWB tactic. You can see it's forming up quite quick. I'm sorry I've been a bit sketchy with the camera. I'm just I haven't actually watched this one before. I usually watch them on triple before, just to get an area, get to know where the areas are going to be of the action. I haven't done that on this, so yeah, apologies for that. Okay, so we've settled on a bit of a formation here. It's not an ideal matchup. It is from our point of view, me against the Seleucid infantry. But from our point of view, the Sacred Bands will do all right against Rome, but Rome in the hands of Spartan commander or any experienced player will probably be able to get through them. Not fairly easy, but easily enough. Craterus is doing the right thing though. So what we've decided now is I'm going to go and marry up again. Have a Rome v Rome, and then essentially it's obviously the pikes. Are two pikes, as in what Craterus is one, and the rest against this lot over here. So that's going to be really difficult for Craterus. He's going to have to hold down Macedon and the Seleucids. He's not run his other army over across yet. He is now. Ace is going to have to float between the two. I'm guessing he wants to really be shooting up all this lot. I mean, if I was Ace, and far be it from me to tell him what to do, but I would be bringing probably 6 or 7 of those archers probably to here. I know it's the shield side, but it's still the side, isn't it? So and then bringing a lot of them over here as well, splitting it. Maybe split the chariots, because or put 2 on my side, because I've obviously got this 6 cav over here and keep the rest over here. Maybe do something like that. He's shooting an open order. He's probably got an auto fire, but he's shooting at a loose formation. Bait unit that is there to be shot at. So not great. Looks like I was going to go for some form of wide flanking action myself, but you can see that SR's put just 1 unit, which is going to be enough of a deterrent for me. I could really do with either chucking an urban at him, or Craterus leaving one of his spears to just defend against that, or to tie him up. Over here it looks like this is where the action is. SR's got him behind with his cataphracts. That's not going to be good. He could rout off a few of those units and the general before this second army turns up of Craterus. I can see Craterus has just changed what he was doing. I'm guessing he's lined them up again, but he's doing it too much, if you see what I mean. They should have been a couple of them run up and into the Seleucids and then just bang straight in there now and surround them, and then that's the cataphracts gotten rid of. You see Sparky's not doing anything with his cav at the moment. Me and Spartan Commander are just facing off over there on the right, so all the action's down here at the left. You can see it's a bit of eye for an eye. Both the 2 Peeler units have gone. Sparky's doing well here. I think this is a favoured motion of his, and it's quite a nice technique, is get 2 loose units of pikes right out on the right. You can send your units on a nice little raiding mission. They can't send their cav through, and it won't hold back the chariots, but it'll certainly give them a bit of something to think about. Craterus is doing quite well. I think that's all there's a few of the Seleucid infantry there, but a lot of it's gone. The Sacred Band are tough. I could really do with doing a favour to him though, and doing what I'm doing there and just pushing up and starting to be a bit aggressive on that side, hoping to try and take a bit of the pressure off in this side. You can see it's already working because SR's moving his cataphracts over to this side. He's pulling away a bit more of his cav and some of his spears. He's given a hand in the middle here against the Carthage unit. It's quite nice having a couple of Carthage units here, because it just means I can't be charged by any cav from that way. So the only way Spartan commander can hit me with his cav is straight on and from this right side where my cav's covering. So it's pretty much even over there. I think that might have been Seleucid General, was that? Must have been. I'm going in for a cheeky dig. SR's running his pikes forward. He's seen that coming. Oh no, there's a few of his cataphracts in there. I've just routed them off. Just the whole. I know that there was pikes in there, but just the weight of my cav was going to be enough to sort of, shock them. I need to get out of there though. I'm being a bit slow on it. You can see Ace is all sat at the back with his archers. Kratos is still holding the line really well at that end. Obviously Sparky can't use his cav at that end, so he's going to have to bring it around this end to back up Spartan commander. I could really do with a hand. Here comes Ace. I've got into the back of Spartan commander's cav though, so that's pretty good. Getting a nice counter charge on him. I've routed a couple of them off. Hopefully I've dwindled the numbers on. And here comes the Macedonian cav. I don't think I was half, I was hoping to finish off Sparta. I got a bit greedy there. I was hoping to finish off Spartan commander's cav and didn't do it. Here comes Ace with the chariots. That's exactly what I need now. Let's tear up this Macedonian cav. In goes it all. And yeah, so his archers are still in the middle there. Those Cretans should be gone by now with the amount of archers we've got. He should be shooting up all of these Macedonian infantry from the back, and yeah, have his cataphracts out this side. You can see I've just delayed, and this is the part where Ace was going mental. I've obviously pulled my cav out of those two charges I've done, and I'm doing something with my infantry. I haven't got a lot left, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing with my infantry, but I guess I'm doing something with it, because he went to he obviously threw it all in, and I should have banged my cav in as well. We would have routed that whole army in one go if my cav would have hit. Then it would have all gone, and then that's it. Well, not game over, but it puts it on a lot more of an even footing. As it is, against Urban's blocked up chariots don't do too well after that initial hit. Yeah, you can see it's way too late. I'm throwing my infantry in eventually, but yeah, I think what it was, Ace assumed that I knew what I just said, which I obviously knew it, but it wasn't second nature to me. See the chariots go in, make sure I bang them in, make sure I bang the cav in. This is the game that sort of taught me that, if you see what I mean. So yeah, mishandled, but what can you do? Sparky's eventually worked his way through the Carthage units. It's a bit of a shame because I've got quite a lot of cav left. I haven't got too much infantry left, but I've got enough to tie down a lot of that. So it would have been quite a tasty little battle. As it is, I don't think I'm going to get a very good strike in here. Nah, I don't think there's enough weight of numbers there. I possibly could have done it if I would have been a bit more from the back when I did it. I come in a bit from the side there, and there's a lot of units around me. Yeah, Sparky's hit with his companion cavalry. He's racing over his pikes. My units, the Egyptians, not that they're useless, but they're actually pretty good as far as I understand as being light infantry. They're pretty tough for archers. Like Cretans are quite tough, and what's the other one? The Gaul ones, Forest of Warbands. They're pretty tough as well. He could run them in maybe for a melee at the end. But it's too little, too late. Mine's all surrounded, and yeah. So one of them. It was a good little battle. It was really not messy battle, but because we had some different factions, just not the norm. You know what I mean? And you don't often see Egypt. You do see the Seleucids a bit more often, but still not as often. And definitely, I don't know. It's just a bit of a weird game, really. But yeah. Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, or I don't really, but yeah, it did swing on probably me not rushing my cav in with the chariots, but yeah, I can't do anything about it. Like I said to him at the time, yeah, it's a bit of a bugger, but I know for next time that happens. So yeah, But yeah, good game to them all. I think we did pretty well. I think all three of them were probably better than all three of us individually and as a team. Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, pretty average. SR Stinger didn't really get a lot of kills, but he probably done enough with tying people up and just being like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the lightning rod, you know what I mean? It all sort of, he rushed up and then it all focused on him, and then the whole battle line eventually worked out off of his units in the end. So that's dictating the battle in some terms. So yeah, I tell you what, just because I remember from last time, let's see what the V-Lights did this time. Oh, they got 17 this time rather than 4. So yeah, still not worth it. If that was somewhere up near, I don't know, like matching this first one, not the first one, sorry, the first, up near the 50s, it'd probably be worth doing. Maybe even if it got to the 30s or 40s, it might be worth having them in the Peeler shields, but yeah, no. Okay then. Yeah, that's it. See you later.
Call me Blaezer.